The days grew cold, a piece of bread, goodbye a bag of gold. I wish we'd all been ready. And there's no time to change your mind. The sun has come and you've been left behind.
Spring weather brings threats of more severe storms this weekend. A major system thrashed areas in Texas. Now it's all moving east toward us.
Screams at the circus, terror instead of excitement, rain leaking through the big top, powerful winds tearing apart the tent, the frantic crowd running in panic.
No pushing, no shoving. Watch the children.
I seen it cave in a little bit. Everybody was in a panic, so they pretty much ran out of there before anybody got hurt.
Severe storms swept through the Houston area Friday, thunder creating a deafening soundtrack as lightning lit up the night sky. Mother Nature flooding the city with rain and hail. Drenching downpours came so fast, so suddenly, drivers were left wading across parking lots and streets. Their cars stalled out in the water.
This rain is just like too much. I don't know what's going on. It's been raining all week and this is not getting any better.
And finally, China is being blasted by its worst sandstorm in years, causing widespread chaos to sectors from traffic to industry. Strong gale force winds filled with dust and sand hit the northwest Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region on this Thursday.
Beijing's skyline turned orange in the afternoon because of the sandy weather, with many pedestrians wearing masks to protect themselves from the dust. As strong winds blew dust and sand across the Xinjiang region in the northwest of the country, visibility dropped to less than 10 meters in the area's southern basin, causing electricity blackouts and traffic chaos.
Dozens of homes have burnt in fires in the Khakassia Republic in Russia's remote southern Siberian region.
Several towns were completely devastated after becoming engulfed in flames. The blazes spread quickly because of strong winds, which also hampered efforts by the Russian Emergency Ministry to control the fires.
More than 1,000 firefighters have been tackling the fire, and 2 planes and a helicopter were also deployed.
incredible pictures of the extreme weather coming in tonight, the deadly dust storm in Utah, and now new pictures emerging of a giant sandstorm, what's called a haboob there in Las Vegas. Just something to see there. In Eugene, Oregon, this car flipped by a small tornado, and tonight flash flood watches across 4 states in the Gulf. You can hear the torrential rain in Mississippi there.
Blowing dust Tuesday, blinding drivers near Fresno, and winds gusting over 80 miles an hour in Utah, causing a deadly pileup there. Temperatures plummeting in Salt Lake City, 40 degrees in less than 4 hours. Look at this suburb. That same street today, the snowblowers are out.
Brazil continues to struggle with problems plaguing the preparations for the 2016 Rio Summer Olympics. This time, it's the dead fish floating along the river where the rowing and canoeing events are to take place. 37 tons of dead fish have been removed from the waters by Rio's waste management company since last week.
Dead fish continue to wash up on the banks of the Rodrigo de Freitas Lagoon in Rio de Janeiro. The latest incident affecting thousands of small silvery fish called Twait shad began several days ago. Neighbours are complaining about the stench caused by the rotting fish bobbing in the shallows.
The fallout from the record cold we endured this winter is beginning to show now that temperatures are above freezing. In New Hartford, hundreds of dead fish have come to the surface, causing quite a stink along a popular walking trail.
I was just shocked when I saw the shoreline.
Yeah, the fish kill is pretty gnarly.
I always enjoyed the walk, and 2 days ago I noticed there was a very strong odor, and as I viewed the shore, there were a lot of dead fish.
We now have a better idea of the extent of the tragic fish deaths over at the Texas State Aquarium.
Yeah, we've learned that more than 300 fish and marine animals perished in that mishap. Tests are being done on the water and on the medicine.
This was a complete surprise and something we could have never predicted.
It was an eerie scene Wednesday at the Texas State Aquarium. Visitors walking by one of the largest tanks in the facility and seeing nothing but water.
Everyone else, we're going to be looking for explanations as to what exactly caused this so we can guarantee it doesn't happen ever again.
Up and down the beaches of Ocean Shores and the entire West Coast are thousands of dead or dying valellas, cookie-sized jellyfish.
They're really soft and rubbery-like.
There's something this fishing veteran has never seen.
Not in the Puget Sound, never.
And at a time of soaring tensions in the Middle East, Iran says its military is keeping the peace, not threatening it.
Iran's recent nuclear deal with world powers has been touted as a triumph for diplomacy.
Our strategy is one of deterrence. Deterrence as a means of establishing peace and security in Iran and the Middle East.
Five Walmart stores across the country are temporarily closing, they say, for plumbing issues, and one of those stores is at Admiral M Memorial in Tulsa. Now, Walmart says these issues are so large they need 6 months to make these plumbing repairs.
The Tulsa store is one of 5 others across the country that closed this week, all closed for the same plumbing issue reported by the company.
And there was 5 other stores that closed down in California, Texas, and here, and they're all saying plumbing issues. I went to a meeting this morning. They would not give me an exact answer on anything.
About 2,000 Walmart employees let go from 5 locations across the country simultaneously.
I have to put some value in the fact that they're telling me the truth.
Hillsborough County Commissioner Victor Chris says a Walmart executive called him shortly before the closure.
He didn't mention plumbing.
Team investigator Adam Walzer has been doing some digging on this situation. Adam?
Well, employees of the Brandon store were among more than 2,000 employees nationwide who learned that they were being laid off yesterday. In almost identical manners yesterday, Walmart corporate employees visited 5 stores and told them that the stores would be closing that evening. The affected locations were Pico Rivera, California, Los Angeles County, Midland, Texas, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Livingston, Texas, and of course here in Brandon. Now, this photo is from that California location. You can see people protesting, about 500 people laid off there. They were told that they had to be closed immediately for 6 months due to those persistent plumbing issues. Now, this was from the Tulsa, Oklahoma store last night, just before it closed. The I-Team has learned that none of those 5 affected stores have sought any plumbing permits for future repairs.
Well, this week you may notice extra emergency vehicles and public safety officers running around the community in tactical gear, hazmat suits, and bomb suits. This is all part of a statewide drill Des Moines is hosting.
New at 10, conspiracy theories have now been floating around for weeks about a military operation in West Texas. But what's really happening?
Special Operations Command will be training with other armed units beginning in July in 5 states.
Jade Helm for July 15th, 2015 through September 15th, 2015.
After an Army presentation last month, Big Spring officials gave them permission to train within city boundaries.
ISIS released a new video today claiming to show the mass execution of Ethiopian Christians in Libya.
The latest ISIS video delivered a clear and direct threat to Christians in the Middle East.
You will not have safety, even in your dreams, until you embrace Islam.
Then militants carried out what appears to be a mass execution. Masked men lined up 2 groups of Ethiopian Christians, shooting some captives and beheading others.
As the prophet Malachi said, when those who feared the Lord are going to get together one more time and think on his name, and a book of remembrance will be written for them, and they will return, and they will know the difference between those who serve God and those who don't serve him. Great trial coming, folks, for everyone. Praise God. He's going to deliver the true believer. I want you to change your message. I'm telling you now, the judgment is at the door. The handwriting is on the wall. The whole world is shaking. And you're amusing this people.
Even if you have to bury your theology, sir, just bury it tonight and get right with God.